So James, we all have our really special child, a story or event, and you and I have been all over together with Gift of Life. We've been to Honduras, El Salvador, and Haiti. And tell us that one moment that just sticks with you and doesn't leave you.
Sure. I know when we talk about Gift of Life, we always say that every year 1.2 million kids are born in the world with some form of congenital heart disease. And 93% of these kids are born in a country that can do absolutely nothing about it. Well, you and I were in Honduras about 3 years ago now in San Pedro Sul. And I actually witnessed that firsthand. And that experience really stuck with me when we were screening the children. Kids had lined up and waited for us to come for some of them for months, but they were waiting for hours in the waiting room. And as we were screening the kids, we met with the head of cardiology, pediatric cardiology in the hospital. And I remember the doctor looking at the screen, the echocardiograms with one of our doctors, and he could point out, what this child needs. He could say, this child has this issue, that child has that issue. And then I remember at one point you turning to him and asking him, and what can you do about it? And he literally, I remember it like it was yesterday, shrugged his shoulders and went like nothing. And that was such a poignant moment for me, because when we speak and say 93% of these kids are born in a country that can do nothing about it, that was one of the instances where he literally said, I can do nothing about it. So, if you're have enough money and capable to get up to the capital city, you can have these surgeries. But when you're growing up in Honduras, you really, that's very few children that are capable of that. So that's what Gift of Life International does. And that's what's so important to us, to make sure that we help as many of the 93% of these children as possible.
I can tell you, again, that's a great way to drive that one home. You take statistics and you personalize it. And I've heard other people talk about this, but James, I've known you a while now. You're a doer and you're a guy of action, and so you don't just sit back there and say, "Okay, wow, this problem's big. Oh, this is terrible that we have to deal with." You go out and do something, and by doing this book, you really did that. So I want you to remind everybody how they can get our book, how much it is, and how important it is to support our cause.
I have to tell you, when people read the chapters in this book written by all different people from all different professions, they're going to be inspired, and you're going to want to help these kids. You can't help but read this and not feel inspired. But people can go to giftoflifeinternational.org, order the book right online. You could order 1, 10, 100, whatever you need. Pass them out as gifts. They're $25 a book, plus shipping works out right around $30 a book. And the best part is that 100% of the money raised from this book goes back into the surgery, so that by purchasing this book, you're helping a child.
Thank you, James, for all your effort and your passion, and we really appreciate it. Thank you.
My pleasure.